Real men should only cry when your parent die, when your baby born, or when Jamie Oliver cook.
That's a little out of gas, Nick. Sorry, can't forgive that either. Frenchie's been a little quiet lately. I don't know what I said or did.
You sure about that?
Today we've got Nick DiGiovanni trying to make fried rice again, which is bold considering Uncle Roger's taken away his title, giving it back, I think taking it. I can't keep up anymore.
You say one thing, he says another, and everybody changes back again.
But the real question is, how will Nick do this time? You're just gonna have to watch and find out. Stick around to the end of the video because I'm gonna show you an amazing crab fried rice made without MSG. Also, shout out to my amazing patron, Chalin Xiong, and with that said, on to the reaction.
The first step for a good fried rice, and I mean really good fried rice, is to make your own chicken rice.
Chicken rice, yo! Uncle Nick copy Uncle Roger recipe from my 3 million subscriber egg fried rice special.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not just any leftover rice. This is leftover chicken rice. Don't be precious about good recipe. Everybody should.
Yeah, that was a good video, and from what I saw from Mei, his friend, I forgot her name, Auntie Liz, I think. Yeah, her stuff looks good. She does Singaporean style. My wife is Malaysian, so they're very similar, not the same though. Malaysians will say their food's better, Singaporeans will say their food's better, but very similar. And the video is cool. You should check it out. Give it a thumbs up, all that stuff.
Steal my recipe. Make good food together. Today we're gonna review Nick DiGiovanni making fried rice. Uncle Nick doing so well on YouTube.
Wow.
It's been a while since he cooking, so Uncle Roger very excited to see.
The first step for
I just want to mention, I really like the egg on top. I'm a fan. It's not traditional per se for egg fried rice, but very common in Korean cuisine. They put eggs on top of rice all the fucking time, and I love it.
a good fried rice is to make your own chicken rice. We'll start off by getting the skin on a bone-in chicken thigh as crispy as possible. We're using this chicken to make something called chicken rice, and what that is a more flavorful rice that we'll use as the base of our fried rice.
Wait, that not how you make chicken rice? It's not literally putting chicken on rice? Hiya.
If you prefer to use leftover rice,
Not necessarily. You know, it's very common to steam rice with a piece of like dried smoked duck, lapchung, which is Chinese sausage. You literally just put it on top of the rice as it's cooking, and it actually adds a lot to the rice. However, I will tell you, it is very common for places to just mix in chicken fat after the fact. So after the rice has been cooked, they just pour chicken fat all over the rice, and that's it. I definitely think it's more effective to cook the chicken rice with a chicken stock without the fat skimmed off. That's my favorite way to do it. In fact, my favorite type of chicken rice is actually made with some coconut milk. So you replace part of the water with coconut milk. It's fucking fantastic. And then the other part that you would normally put in water, you put in chicken stock. Oh, little sugar, little salt, all in the rice cooker. I'm telling you, just use your normal rice recipe, right? So like 1.25 to 1, which is what I like to do. But instead of water, again, half of that will be coconut milk. Half of that will be chicken stock with all the fat, none of the fat skimmed off.
You know, when I'm not yelling at ingredients or poor cooking technique, I'm actually the owner and chef of Mission Sandwich Social in Brooklyn, New York. So if you ever thought, man, I wish Chef Brian would feed me in real life, well, I have a real restaurant. Yes, I really work there, and you can have something that isn't pixelated. Stop by sometime, let me ruin your diet, and I promise the sandwiches are better than my personality.
that you have at home, that's totally fine. Just make sure it's nice and dry.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt. I always eyeball that. And if for good measure, if you have a bunch of chicken fat, you can buy that for pennies at your local supermarket, usually. Render that out. At my house, we literally keep a jar of chicken fat and pork fat all the time. At the end of the cooking process, take a spoon of that and put it into the rice. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later. Or put butter.
The Chinese takeout box, most American thing ever.
That is American.
While that finishes crisping up, I'll move over to my cutting board and chop 1 green onion into 3 sections. I'll add those to a separate pot along with some ginger, some of my pre-soaked and pre-rinsed rice, some homemade chicken stock, and a generous
Okay, but
salt. By now,
that's not how you make chicken rice.
so I'll transfer this to my pot of rice, then toss on a lid and bring it to a boil.
Hiya, Uncle Nick, that's not how you make chicken rice. Look at Auntie Liz video. She's the queen of chicken rice. Look how she coated that raw rice grain in chicken fat, in garlic, in ginger. Uncle Nick, you're missing this whole step.
Yes, actually, so what I said earlier is very true, that I have worked in places where they just pour the chicken fat on top. But in actuality, what Uncle Roger is saying is correct. What Auntie Liz is doing is much more authentic and proper. It's similar. It's basically a pilaf. You know, it's this similar technique to a pilaf. The pilaf, you cook the rice with fat and aromatics, and it does change the texture completely.
Chicken rice, at most you can call this chicken on the rice. The chicken there's so awkward. It's not gonna do shit. You just fry off chicken fat from earlier.
Getting the skin on a bone.
Want to add to this a little bit. So what I was saying about cooking rice with some smoked duck and or lapchung, Chinese sausage, that is actually more commonly done in a clay pot. So you wouldn't necessarily do, although my parents did it all the time in a rice cooker because we didn't want to deal with cleaning a clay pot later. But it is traditional. That technique is traditional for a clay pot. You know, you cook it in the rice in a clay pot, gets all crispy on the bottom. It's absolutely delicious. The way I taught you about pouring the chicken fat on the rice is very hacky, effective, but very hacky. What Nick is doing here, I understand where he's coming from, but honestly, after he puts the chicken onto the rice, he should save all that fat and pour it on afterwards. I think this is passable, but I agree with Uncle Roger at the end of the day. The more authentic way is to cook the rice, the raw rice, with the aromatics and fat first.
In chicken thigh.
So why don't you use that to coat your raw rice? Hiya. That chicken fat's so flavorful. That the liquid gold.
By the way, you know, Frenchy's been a little quiet lately. I don't know what I said or did, but he's been giving me the silent treatment. But at least we have him here with us. You know, he decided to show up.
Oh, you want to copy my recipe? Copy it properly. And you see how Uncle Nick used chicken stock for his rice?
Pre-rinsed rice, some homemade chicken stock.
One very important note for all my niece and nephew. When you buy chicken stock, look at ingredient. Because if you live in Western country, look at the ingredient. It made from celery, cabbage, onion, parsley. Hiya. This all white people flavor. Gonna clash with Asian fried rice?
Yes. You know, the chicken stocks that I've seen working in Chinese restaurants, it's literally just chicken in water cooked low and slow. That's it. Typically, no aromatics. It's something that they have going all day long. With that said, there should be some aromatics, some garlic, some white pepper in there, some ginger. Start there. It's easy peasy. I typically like to put in a little bit of daikon. You know, I kind of have this Asian, I call it an Asian stock that I do. It's a very generalized stock. If I'm making Asian cuisine and I need a chicken stock, it'll be chicken bones, daikon, onion, garlic, and ginger. And sometimes, depending on the dish, I'll put white pepper in there too.
So if you want to make chicken rice, make your own chicken stock. Or go buy proper Asian chicken stock like this one.
And bring it to a boil. Once this comes to a boil, turn it to a simmer and cover for 10 minutes.
And you don't use rice cooker. How many years you cooking now, Uncle Nick? This guy got big salt brand, multi-millionaire, still no rice cooker. Hiya. Because sometimes you need technology, okay? So get rice cooker and download our WeJo sponsor, Opera web browser.
Okay.
Uncle Roger likes simple things, and Opera, fancy yet simple. Control music from 7 streaming platforms without leaving your tab. Set love song plus stalking your ex on Instagram in same window. You can even move player outside browser, so efficient. Before, too many tab make browser go slow like Uncle Roger after buffet. But Opera, smooth like egg fried rice. Thanks to Tab Island, you can group, collapse, and expand tabs to stay organized. And with tab tracers, easily find your most recently used tab. Darker underscore mean more recent. Split screen let you use 2 tabs side by side in same browser window. So useful for multitasking. Dynamic theme let you change the look anytime. Day, night, feeling cute, feeling angry. Look how nice this orange theme is. Opera built-in AI Aria. Answer any question. Access command line with control/ or command/easy. Now it also have AI image generation and recognition. Type an idea, it make picture. Uncle Roger type best egg fried rice ever. Fuyo, look at that. Upload photo and Aria tell you what it is. Lazy.
That's not the best egg fried rice ever, but you know, I started playing the ads in videos now because you viewers actually pointed out, you know, it's just fair since I'm basically ripping off their content. You know, listen, it's fair use. I'm adding to it, but this seems pretty cool. I think I may check it out.
Just as Opera. So stop using boring browser and upgrade with Opera. Link in description. Go click now.
Rice cooks, let's prep our ingredients for our fried rice. First, I'll need to chop up a few shallots.
Okay, shallot, good.
But not overpowering oniony flavor. The goal with chopping these is
Uncle Nick always have good chopping technique.
grain of rice. Use a sharp knife for this part or you are going to
But that
cry.
quite a lot of shallot.
And I'm crying anyway. I'll cry for a good fried rice.
Uncle Roger was talking over it a little bit, but yes, having a very nice sharp knife will actually reduce the amount of compounds in the onions that make you cry. I don't remember what those compounds are exactly called, but that alkalinity, I think, is what it is. I could be wrong. I'm not that much of a food nerd, food science nerd. But the reason why, I do know the why, which is a sharp knife will cut into the onion or shallot. It will not crush. So a very sharp knife, you will feel the difference when it cuts. Oftentimes also people push a knife into their food rather than slice into their food. Very different, you know, this is pushing, this is cutting, right? Slicing, pushing, slicing. You'll notice a big difference when you're working with your food. When you slice something, when you cut something, it'll prevent less splash out on a microscopic level, thus you'll cry a little less.
Hey, my band Lost Becomes is hitting the road in 2026, and I'd love to see you at the show. April 17th, Pub on Park, Cranston, Rhode Island. April 18th, Midnights, Brattleboro, Vermont. May 15th, The Bungalow, Manchester, New Hampshire. May 16th, The Heavy Culture Cooperative, East Hampton, Massachusetts. June 4th, The Woodshop, Brooklyn, New York. June 5th, SLC Arts, Potsdam, New York. June 6th, Monopole, Plattsburgh, New York. July 10th, Ralph's Rock Diner, Worcester, Massachusetts. And July 11th, the Silent Pendulum Records Showcase in Poughkeepsie, New York. Now's your chance to come meet me in person, watch a killer heavy metal show, and I'll see you there.
Any day though. I love it.
Wait.
I'll cry for a good fried rice any day though.
No. Don't cry for fried rice. Real men should only cry when your parent die, when your baby born, or when Jamie Oliver cooked.
Now same thing with your garlic, but we'll mince it just a touch finer than we just did for those shallots. If you can get in a
Garlic,
with
correct.
your chef's knife. By the time your garlic is chopped, your rice should be done, so turn it off and leave it there with the lid on to steam for another 10 minutes. The last things we need to prep are these green onions, which I'm going to
Spring onion, correct.
slice. And for this, we'll use the whole green onions. And finally, of course, eggs. For the eggs, I'll crack 2 whole eggs into a bowl, then separate out 1 additional egg yolk. This just adds a bit of extra fat to your food.
Nice.
Yo,
Okay.
nice
Yeah.
idea.
They're fully combined. There's no need to overmix, but
Yeah.
whisk them up until it feels their own.
Nice touch, whisking with chopstick.
Whisk them up until it feels right. And since we made our own special rice, I'll remove all of our aromatics. And then just so we can dry it out a little bit and make it more similar to day-old leftover
See, rice still look a bit wet.
tray, and spread it
That's
out
why you need to use rice
in the
cooker.
refrigerator, ideally overnight to dry out.
No, I think there, Nick just put in a little too much moisture. A rice cooker, I definitely like cooking in a rice cooker more. It's easier to work with. It's, you know, I think it does make the rice better, but in this case, that was just, number one, it was super fresh. I don't recall if he fluffed the rice, but generally after you make rice in a pot on the stovetop, you want to take off the lid and fluff it up. What that fluffing up does is really let a lot of moisture escape, which is, in a rare scenario, not true. I was going to say in a rare scenario, desired, but it's a desired thing, right?
Making fried rice,
drying correct.
use a wok. The first step
Wok
is to
correct.
coat your entire wok or pan with oil. We're looking to heat this oil until the pan starts to smoke. And if I need help getting it up on the edges, I'll just dab a paper towel and go all the way around.
Okay, seasoning your wok like this correct, but you only need to do this if it's your first time ever using this wok. You can tell Uncle Nick don't usually cook fried rice. That wok looks so new. Actually, the whole kitchen look new. What is it with food YouTuber like Joshua and Nick and their beautiful, perfect new kitchen? I think they too much money. One stain on their countertop, they just move house.
Once that oil starts to smoke, carefully pour it off into a heat-proof bowl. We are done with that oil. Now turn your heat to about medium-low, and get ready because this happens fast. Here we go. First up, chicken fat. Because
now you use chicken fat. I mean, it's not wrong, but chicken fat you should use to flavor your rice. But now your rice already cooked. It already absorbed all the water. It can't absorb any more chicken fat.
how hot the pan is, that's gonna melt quickly. And immediately, garlic and shallots. Mix that up. You can turn
That's a lot.
A lot of shallot.
You don't want to burn.
Look, the whole wok just shallot.
Yeah.
Uncle Nick.
Just looking at how much shallot is in that wok, not even considering how much rice he's cooked, right? Because even he put that on a half sheet tray. That's too little rice for this amount of shallot and garlic. But the ratio of shallot and garlic in the wok, with the amount of rice that you can put in there, if you filled up that fucking wok, that's too much shallot and garlic. And you're talking to a guy who loves his shallot and garlic. Too much, in my opinion.
This is not egg fried rice. You're making egg fried shallot at this point.
Always scrape down the sides of the pan. Don't let anything burn. Once the shallot and garlic is aromatic, move it off to the side and pour in your eggs. The goal
Egg go in good.
Get it nice and fluffy, just like this. We're only gonna cook the eggs for about 30 to 45 seconds as well.
Don't give people timing. Ask them to use feeling. Everybody's stove gonna be different. You want egg little bit fluffy, but still little bit liquid.
Just want to fluff it up and that's it. Now, in goes our rice. You should immediately hear that crackling and popping if your pan's at the correct temperature. This is what we want to hear. At this stage, we'll want to cook our rice for about 2 to 3 minutes, making sure every individual grain of rice is separate.
Okay, nice tossing, but make your fire bigger. Hiya.
I agree.
Beautiful big stove like that, and your fire weaker than my grandma. The moment rice go in, you need big fire so rice don't clump together.
Yes.
And to give rice wok hay.
Yeah.
Remember, wok hay is breath of wok. It's that little char bit on the fire rice that give rice so much flavor.
And that means
I always, when I would explain it to young cooks, I would always call that micro-searing or micro-burning, actually, is more really what it is. It's just on the verge of burning, but it's not burnt. You know what I mean? Super duper caramelized on a microscopic level.
moving it all around all the time. Now here's a good trick. Before adding my soy sauce, I scrape all of my fried rice to the edge of my wok and then tilt my pan so the flame is hitting mostly one edge of the pan. Then you want to pour your soy sauce on the edge of your pan so it bubbles up like this, and a little splash of
What you doing? No, that's not necessary, Uncle Nick. What you do that for? Just pour soy sauce on side like regular people. If you do that, you just cooking the soy sauce and cooking the sesame oil. Sesame oil is finishing oil. If it touch hot wok like that, it's gonna kill all the flavor. Hiya.
Okay. Yes and no. What Nick did there, I mean, that was a very nice stove. He had that sick wok burner in the center. That's still not nearly as powerful as an authentic wok, but you know, it's more powerful than your regular Western conventional stove. I still agree with what he did, where he pushed everything to the side and put the soy sauce directly on the pan and let it kind of reduce out, because it's not a full-blown authentic wok. And you saw on the B-roll that Nigel showed, the chef used the wok spoon to throw it onto the sides, but it's still sizzled and reduced. I mean, that's kind of the point. It's that's part of the flavor. So you know, you have to consider the tools that you're using. I don't necessarily disagree with Nick there. You guys have seen my fried rice video. I hope you did at least. Josh will put on the screen which video contains that egg fried rice cooking segment. But that's what I do, because at my house, I don't have a wok burner. I just have a regular conventional stove. So I push my rice to the side, let it the pan get super hot, and put the soy sauce directly on there and reduce it for a few seconds before I toss in the rest of the rice. However, what Uncle Roger said about sesame oil, I 1000% agree. Way too soon. It should have been at the very end, pretty much off the heat.
This very weird technique.
Trying to coat every grain of rice evenly as you mix. As a final step, add in your green onion.
Okay, spring onion, okay.
A green chili, although I tend to leave the green chili out of things. Then just mix once more.
No, put the green chili in, Uncle Nick. This fried rice got nothing else in it. Just throw some chili in there. And where your MSG? No chili, no MSG, no pepper, nothing. This fried rice, just nothing. Fried rice without MSG, that like barista without tattoo, it's just wrong.
Tend to leave the green chili.
Or a chef without tattoos, especially these days. Well, I only got a couple, but I no, I've had more fried rices without chili than with. You know, if you saw my second fried rice video outro segment, I put sambal and shoutout in the fried rice. That was a nice, spicy touch. But most of the time, throughout my entire life, usually there wasn't chili in there. So no, I don't think it's necessary. Also, I should mention that Ping's in Chinatown does not put MSG in their fried rice. However, they have a lot of ingredients in their crab fried rice that has umami. They're also catering more to their customers, who are a bit maybe sensitive about MSG. Notice I didn't say MSG sensitive. I just said sensitive about MSG. That place is one of my favorite restaurants. Yeah, but when I make fried rice, I generally do put MSG.
Out of things. Then just mix once more.
I should mention, I don't know if this video is out yet, but I've been working on a beef bourguignon and coq au vin sandwich.
Ooh la la!
For Mission Sandwich Social, and I've been putting MSG in the braise, and it's been coming out rocking.
For 30 seconds, and your fried rice is done. Have fun doing the wok.
What?
Try not to lose too much fried rice on your stovetop.
Yeah, it's fake, fake fire.
Wait. Have to see that again?
Have fun doing the wok flip, but try.
Uncle Roger have to put my leg down from chair. That fire looks so fake.
Yeah.
Why you video editing fire in there?
Yeah.
Uncle Roger have to take away your uncle
Wow.
title and give you Oscar for best editing. That fire so tiny. No way it can jump into wok like that. Who you trying to fool? Go watch any YouTube video where wok catch on fire and you see they all cooking with big fire and the fire always yellow.
Yeah.
Not like this perfect blue-red mixture. I'm so disappointed.
Watch my video where I take you into the kitchen of Ping's in Chinatown. Again, one of my favorite Chinese restaurants in New York City. And I should mention that, their wok, they have a full-blown wok setup and their wok's never caught fire like that. But that's a little out of gas, Nick. Sorry. Can't forgive that either.
You're just creating illusion.
Yeah.
Photoshopping fire into your fried rice. That like playing cut on your bicycle wheel.
Yeah, that was fun.
Try not to lose too much fried rice on your stovetop. It's fun to try to flip your fried rice into your wok spoon and then spoon that onto your plate. It takes a lot of hand-eye coordination.
Okay, fine. That fun thing to do.
See if I can do it with.
I should mention that's a wok spatula, not a wok spoon. Take a look at the outro segment at Ping's. You'll see the chef do that exact technique that Nick was talking about, where you flip the rice and catch it onto the spoon. It's pretty slick,
Without spilling. I like to finish off my fried rice with the sunny side up egg. So in a pan, I'll melt some butter, and once
Wait,
that butter's
butter?
melted,
Uncle Roger likes sunny side up egg for my fried rice, but then you use butter. That's gonna clash the flavor.
crack in your egg. Immediately
No, I'm fine with that. More butter, more better.
toss on your lid and
It's
just
not authentic, right? But I don't fucking mind it.
let it cook.
Maybe no lid.
A
Because personal preference, but Uncle Roger liked the edge of my egg crispy. That one.
That is a huge difference in Asian and Western egg cookery. Western egg cookery, for sunny side up eggs at least, you generally want tender egg whites. You don't want crispy edges. The reason why Nick DiGiovanni put the lid on was to make sure that the egg whites cooked through, right? Because if you don't have the lid, the egg whites by the yolk can still come out a little snotty. But with Asian style sunny side up egg, they usually put a lot of oil, ripping hot pan, crack the egg in there, and get that edge super crispy. I love both equally as much. Some days I want to go the crispy egg route. Some days I want to go the traditional Western style sunny side up egg. But the pan is so fucking hot, the egg white will completely cook through. But what's cool is the yolk is pretty much completely raw, but just warmed enough. Whereas I feel the Western style sunny side up egg, the yolk is cooked and thicker in texture, which is also really nice, but still runny. They're both still runny, but in different ways.
Roger served at my restaurant. Sunny side up egg with crispy side.
To plate my fried rice, I'm gonna pack it tightly into this bowl, flip my plate over the top of it, and then
Okay, fine.
finish with a sprinkle of green onions and a nice fried egg. I don't even need to try it. I know it's delicious. I am gonna try it.
Okay, try it. Try it. What? Wait, what? That it? That's the whole video? You're not even gonna try on camera, nephew Nick? To all the food created, every time you make recipe video, make sure you try it and be honest with us. We want to know how it tastes like. Is it too salty, too sweet, or just nice? Don't just end video like that, nephew Nick. You're giving Uncle Roger blue ball. And also what you do with that chicken thigh, that beautiful crispy chicken thigh you don't use for your fried rice. Why are you wasting chicken? That chicken thigh for nothing. Uncle Roger would have chopped that chicken up to little pieces, fry into the rice, and then that crispy skin, chop it up and sprinkle into rice also. Because fried rice, if that crunchy component in there, so satisfying to eat. That's why if you go to Uncle Roger restaurant and order the regular egg fried rice, they got a little crunchy bit in there. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You have to eat to find out. Overall, it's not good video. At first, Nick
So if you watched my video at Ping's, they put crispy rice in there. So they cook they cook rice separately, make it super crispy, and put that into the fried rice at the very end, and an amazing texture. That browning the chicken to me was a little, if he wasn't going to fold it in, chop it up and put it into the final rice, was kind of a missed opportunity. Not a big fan. The rice, I think, especially considering he's definitely geared this recipe to the home cook, I just think that forget the chicken, really. Just do everything except for the chicken part. And I think you have a perfectly fine egg fried rice. I don't remember if the video said chicken egg fried rice, but whatever the case is, I feel like the chicken was an unnecessary step.
he want to make chicken rice, but that's not chicken rice. He don't use MSG. He got that weird soy sauce sesame oil technique and the fake special effect fire.
How'd I guess?
Hiya, Nick, your fire rice from 3 years ago that Uncle Roger review, that one actually better. You got MSG, got white pepper, got crispy rice, got chili. What happened?
Crispy rice. See, huge component in fried rice. I don't completely hate this video. I am obviously disagreeing with Uncle Roger on a few things. I don't mind that soy sauce technique. I think for a Western stove, that works just fine. In fact, I encourage it. I don't mind the butter. The fake flames was super out of gas, but what are you gonna do? And yeah, that's really it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as we did making it. And with that said, I'm Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef. Hey buddy. We're together, and that's all that matters. See you guys later.
putting in all of the ingredients.
And what's the ingredients? Like what?
So there's eggs, crab. There's also some onions. There's a little bit of green beans. And the most important thing is the crispy part, the fried rice part, the crispy rice. Okay. So basically that's our, something that Uncle Ping has created initially, and over time you can see this become something more and more popular in restaurants. But his uniqueness to this dish really made, I guess, this a very, very creative dish, and therefore there's a lot of other restaurants who adapted to this method and started making it as well.
这是什么，大哥？鸡蛋。哦，鸡蛋。
So that's the egg white part.
鸡蛋白啊。哦。鸡蛋黄跟鸡蛋白是分放的。哦，OK。
Before we close out this episode, I want to say thank you to all of my amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your support. And for the rest of you, please consider becoming a patron by clicking the link in the description below. By becoming a patron, you get to take advantage of some awesome perks like early access to new episodes and patron exclusive content.